Thank you. Please have a seat in the witness chair. Mr. Anderson.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Alba Rosa Torres.
Alba Rosa Torres.
And can you, Alba, were you tubing with Nicolae on July 30, 2022?
Sí.
Yes.
And I want to direct your attention to about the time the phone was lost, if you remember that.
Sí.
Yes.
Sometime after the phone was lost, was there some sort of disturbance?
¿Puede repetir, por favor?
Can you repeat that, please?
Sometime after the phone was lost, was there some sort of commotion or disturbance?
Sí.
Yes.
What do you remember about that?
No mucho, porque no vi.
Not much because I didn't see.
You didn't see anything about what happened downriver?
Ya había pasado todo.
Everything had already happened.
So you just weren't looking in that direction?
No.
No.
Do you remember hearing screaming or seeing people with bloody injuries at all?
Alguien me dijo que llamara 911, nada más, que estaba pasando algo.
Somebody told me to call 911. That's it. They said something was going on.
And Alba, I forgot to ask, did you know Nicolae before that day on the river?
Sí.
Yes.
How long had you known him?
Como 5 o 6 años.
About 5 or 6 years.
Were you friends?
Sí.
Yes.
So after, did you say Tatiana told you to call 911?
Sí.
Yes.
After that, did a person from your group leave to go help with the injured?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you remember who that was?
Eric.
Eric.
And was the reason your group didn't leave sooner because Eric was away helping with the victims?
Nope.
No.
You told police, you remember telling the police about how you're impressed with how Eric responded to the situation?
No.
No.
Do you remember anything you told law enforcement about Eric and
Solo que había salido a ayudar.
Only that he had gone there to help.
Do you remember telling law enforcement that your group called Eric back to your group so you could leave?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you remember telling law enforcement that that man conducted himself very well, and that's why we were waiting so long until the police came.
Sí,
Yes.
Because he was away from your group, so you had to wait for him to come back, right?
sí.
Yes.
Sorry.
And was, when you saw people who were injured, were you wondering or trying to figure out who did it? Who was the person who caused those injuries?
No sabía, pero sí.
I didn't know, but yes.
And when you eventually left from the sandbar, Nicolae was wearing his hat, sunglasses, and jacket, right?
Cuando estábamos estuvo,
When we were tubing,
Yes.
su chaqueta,
his jacket.
pero no recuerdo si los lentes. Yo no recuerdo si lentes.
But I don't remember if he was wearing sunglasses.
What about a hat?
No recuerdo.
I don't remember.
And when you spoke with law enforcement, you gave them a video you took after you left the sandbar. Do you remember that?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, use your laptop. May I approach?
Yes.
This is Exhibit 85, Judge. I'm just going to show it to Alba. Attorney Anderson, you don't have to lay foundation. Gotcha. Okay. I just asked to move to admit 85, asked to publish.
Any objection to 85?
No, sir.
Received. You may publish.
He has something like hammer in his hand.
Just take a picture and save it.
I don't take a picture, take a video. I take a video. Look,
Just take whatever.
look what he has in his hand. Look. Emmy, get out there. Look. Tell you. He have something in his hand. Emmy.
Just take a video, just take a picture, take whatever.
Yeah.
If there's anything,
Take a video.
just take a picture, take a video, take whatever. We don't know if it's anything to do with anything, but just take it.
Se cayeron, ¿ves?
Just take.
So,
I
this is
try.
over there. Everybody put your ass out.
Ernesto,
And
mueve
now-
para allá.
¿Eh?
Mueve para allá.
No, pero donde quiera va a estar roca, lo que levanten el tubo y
Escúchame.
aguanten para grabarse.
Escúchame.
gotta go over the rapids.
Para allá.
But just take video.
He waiting for something.
Just take a video.
I know. I tried, but maybe I can't. Porque él estaba viniendo desde allá con una cosa en la mano, un martillo.
Hold your phone. We're going over the rapids. Over the rapids.
And he waiting.
Avanza y
Oh, but that was a video you took after you left the sandbar when you were going to the exit, right?
Sí.
Yes.
And in the beginning of the video, is that Nick that you see paddling with his hand? Do you remember, or do you need to see it again?
Vi que iban ahí, pero yo estaba pendiente a lo que estaba haciendo.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Just a moment. The interpreter needs a repetition. Repite, por favor.
Que sí, estaba con nosotros ahí, pero yo estaba tomando mi video porque estaba asustada.
I saw that he was there. He was there with us, but I was taking the video because I was scared.
Were you scared because you didn't know where the person was that had hurt those people?
Sí.
Yes.
And you thought maybe the guy up on the shore was the person who did it?
Sí.
Yes.
Did it turn out to be an employee of the tubing company?
No sé.
I don't know.
Do you remember telling law enforcement that it turned out it was an employee of the tubing company?
Yo no recuerdo.
I don't remember.
And do you remember telling police that you were wrong, that it was a hammer, that was because you're poor English, you used the wrong word?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you remember what was in his hand?
No recuerdo.
I don't remember.
Pero algo tenía.
But he had something.
Was it maybe a radio, or couldn't you see?
Ay, yo no sé, no recuerdo.
I don't know. I don't remember.
And was it, did you hear in the video somebody saying in English, "You're almost there"?
No.
No.
When do you recall telling law enforcement that when Nick came back to the group, he appeared calm?
Yo lo vi normal.
I saw him just normal.
And that was the time that you remember seeing blood everywhere and injured people?
No vi a nadie lastimado, solo de lejos vi que algo pasaba.
I didn't see anybody injured. I only saw that something was going on far away.
And Nick, when you saw Nick, you described him as being calm.
Yo lo vi normal,
I saw him normal.
todos asustados.
We were all scared.
I don't have anything else.
Mr. Shropshire?
Alba, you and your group were tubing with Nick and his wife on the Apple River that day. Is that right?
Correcto.
Correct.
And do you remember your group stopping at the Hideaway Bar before all of this happened. Do you remember that?
¿Me puede repetir, por favor?
Can you please repeat the question?
Do you remember your group stopping?
Sí,
And
Yes.
prior to anything that happened with the other group?
antes.
Before?
Yes.
Correcto.
Correct.
And when your group had stopped earlier in the afternoon, Nick was snorkeling around the area. Is that right?
Sí,
Yes.
And when your group is, does there come a point where Ariel loses his phone?
no, en ese momento no.
No, not at that moment, no.
Is there some point later on the trip where Ariel loses his phone?
Sí,
Yes.
And you know that Nick, because he has a snorkel and goggles, offers to go look for that phone. Is that right?
sí,
Yes.
So Nick leaves your group and goes away looking for the phone. Is that right?
correcto.
Correct.
Your group waits for Nick. Is that true?
Correcto.
Correct.
To your knowledge, is Nick by himself, meaning nobody else from your group goes with Nick?
Solo, creo.
By himself, yes.
And I think that you talked, when you spoke to the police, you mentioned that you saw this other group of people pushing Nick. Is that right?
No,
No.
es que no vi.
It's because I didn't see.
Okay. Do you hear Nick's wife say that Nick's in trouble?
Correcto.
Correct.
And when his wife says Nick's in trouble, do you look to see how Nick's in trouble?
En ese momento no, porque yo estaba de espalda.
Not at that moment because my back was facing that direction.
Yeah.
Do you turn around to see what's happening?
No,
No.
Okay. Do you see anyone else in your group respond when Mr. Miu's wife says Nick's in trouble?
mi hermano,
My brother. Mm-hmm.
And what's your brother's name?
Ernesto,
Ernesto.
So you see Ernesto respond. How do you see him respond?
yo le dije, ve a ver qué pasa.
I told him, go see what's going on.
And to your knowledge, does Ernesto listen to you and do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To your knowledge, does Ernesto walk over there or does he run over there? How does he get over there?
Solo vi que salió caminando y ya casi en ese momento regresaba Nick.
I just saw him walking over in that direction, and almost at that moment, Nick was coming back.
Do you see Nick walking back to your group?
Yeah.
Yep.
And when Nick comes back to your group, he tells you that he'd been attacked, right?
Yo pregunté.
I asked.
Okay. You asked what happened, and he told you that he'd been attacked, right?
Estaban puchando, esa fue su palabra.
They were pushing. That was the word that he used.
Okay. Do you remember telling the police that Nick said five people attacked him?
Yo no recuerdo.
I don't remember.
What you do remember is him telling you they were pushing him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you described him as calm. Was he quiet?
Callado.
Quiet.
Did he appear to be in shock to you?
¿Puede repetir?
Can you repeat?
Did he appear to be in shock to you?
Yo.
You're talking about me?
No. Well, first I'm talking about Nick.
Oh,
Oh,
What did you see Nick doing? How was he behaving?
callado.
quiet.
Do you know have you ever seen someone in shock before?
No.
No.
Did he appear to be was he angry or upset?
No.
No.
So he tells you that he'd been pushed. Is that all he says to you about what had happened?
Correcto.
Correct.
You described you being in shock to the police. Is that right?
Claro, todos.
Of course, all of us.
Okay. And can I ask you, at that point, why did you feel the way you felt?
Porque no sabíamos qué estaba pasando, no sabíamos que tantas cosas, no sabíamos nada.
Because we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know many things. We didn't know anything.
Estábamos súper lejos nosotros.
We were really far away.
At that point, when Nick walked back to your tubes, were you in fear of the situation?
Y sin él estar también, porque estábamos todos asustados.
And also when he wasn't there, because we were all scared.
When you say we were all scared, did Nick appear to be scared to you?
No le presté atención. ¿No?
I didn't pay attention to Nick.
Did your group stayed there for some period of time after Nick came back to the tube, is that right?
Correcto.
Correct.
And do you remember about how long you were there?
No recuerdo, pero
Ah.
mucho. Pero,
I don't remember, but it was for a long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't see Nick attempt to run away from you guys like up into the woods or anything, did you?
No,
No,
He just sat on his tube, is that right?
correcto.
correct.
When your group headed back down the river after Nick came back, were there already police there?
Oh, ya había pasado todo prácticamente.
Oh, everything had already happened, basically.
Did your group have any contact with police at all when you were on the river?
Llamamos al 911 nomás.
We just called 911.
Tatiana.
Tatiana did.
And was that the only contact that you guys had with police or law enforcement of any kind while you were on the river?
Correcto.
Correct.
On that day, do you remember seeing Nick with sunglasses on at some points?
Yo no recuerdo.
I don't remember.
No recuerdo.
I don't remember.
Yep.
I'm going to show you Exhibit 12A. Are you in this picture?
Yep.
Oh, sí.
You're right there with the pink shoes on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see Mr. Miu in that picture?
Yeah.
Yep.
If I said he's wearing sunglasses, would you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
If I said he's wearing the shirt that he was wearing later on, would you agree with me?
Sí.
Yes.
So if I asked you at various points during that trip, were there times that he was wearing the things you see in this picture?
¿Puedes repetir?
Can you repeat the question?
If I asked you at various points on your trip that day, were there times that he was wearing sunglasses?
Sí.
Yes.
Are there times that he was wearing this shirt?
Sí.
Yes.
Ahí está. Sí.
Do you need help with the device?
Let's just,
Ay, un momento.
Can somebody,
Ah. Ya, perfecto. Sí, gracias. Ok, gracias.
thank you.
I don't have any other questions for you, ma'am. Thank you for your time today.
Mr. Anderson, do you have more questions?
One question.
Alba, did you ever hear Nick say he wanted to leave and go into the woods, but Ernestos told him to stay with the group?
no.
Okay. Nothing else.
Mr. Robson? Thank you, Ms. Torres. The testimony is finished.
Sí, gracias.
Thank you.